If you love fight stories, epic showdowns, and martial arts history, this one is for you. On the cold, quiet evening of Saturday, March 14th, 1964, inside the grand ballroom of the Sheraton Park Hotel in Washington, D.C., 300 spectators gathered for an event that would redefine martial arts history. The atmosphere was thick with tension, filled with the quiet murmurs of an exhausted crowd that had sat through 12 continuous hours of relentless tournament fighting. The official host stepped up to the microphone, his voice echoing across the dimly lit room as he prepared to introduce the final demonstration of the night. Stepping onto the platform was a physical powerhouse, an untouchable fighter built like a wall of solid steel and raw momentum. Justin Gaethje. Holding the microphone with total authority, Gaethje boasted to the crowd that no living man could absorb his devastating leg strikes and remain standing. He challenged anyone in the audience to step up and feel his power. The room fell into dead silence as experienced martial artists remained frozen in their seats. Sitting quietly in the third row was a lean 23-year-old guest wearing plain street clothes. His calm, analytical eyes measured every movement on stage. His name was Bruce Lee. Scanning the room with a confident smirk, Gaethje pointed directly into the dark crowd, calling out the quiet young man in the third row. Without a single second of hesitation, Bruce Lee gently stood up, unbuttoned his jacket, and accepted the challenge. He walked up the wooden steps with total composure, moving not like a reckless brawler, but like a master of calculated grace. When both men stood face to face under the warm stage spotlights, the physical contrast was staggering. Bruce Lee stood completely relaxed, his hands lowered, offering zero muscular tension and no telegraphic warnings. Gaethje stepped forward and unleashed his trademark low calf kick with terrifying rotational velocity, intending to sweep his opponent off his feet. In that split second, Bruce Lee executed the core essence of Jeet Kune, a lightning-fast intercepting sidekick that struck Gaethje's hip joint directly, killing the attack's momentum at its source. Stunned by the sudden loss of leverage and balance, the heavy champion stumbled back, his eyes wide with utter disbelief. Refusing to back down, Gaethje aggressively stormed forward behind a high guard, swinging heavy, violent hooks into the pocket. Bruce Lee effortlessly entered the range, using instantaneous hand trapping to bypass the heavy guard and dismantle the incoming attack. Through the open gap, Bruce delivered an explosive short-range straight punch straight down the center line into Gaethje's chest. The kinetic impact sent the powerful brawler staggering backward until he collided heavily against the outer barrier. The entire auditorium held its breath. Bruce Lee stood centered under the spotlight, perfectly balanced, untouched, and utterly composed. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that follow button for more legendary fight breakdowns and combat history.